Hey guys, this is Shane Everett Henry. Today we're going to talk about ideas and how to get them. We'll start out with saying, write things down. Sometimes we get ideas, they might be little, we might not think they're worth a whole lot, or they might be too big and maybe we won't be able to expound upon them a whole lot. But point is, if you write it down, you can always revisit it at a later time. Consider obstacles in your life and how maybe you could get through them, or how you have gotten through them. The things that worked for you, the things that didn't. There are other people who would love to hear about those things. We all want to learn, so we talk to other people and we learn from other people, and maybe you could be a part of that transaction as well. Evaluate those pain points that you are experiencing in your life or others are experiencing in their life. Be able to present those, in a way that maybe you've got a solution and you could help someone out. That could be a wonderful way and a wonderful place to start your journey and your endeavors into helping other people. Your ideas, with your own self and how to fix your life, how to take yourself a step further down the path that you're walking. That could really help someone out. And that's a great place to start with formulating ideas for your art, for your work, also for any kind of content that you want to put out, whether it's a YouTube video, even if it's a song and music, if you're looking for, words for a book that you're writing. Recognize ideas and what they actually are. Sometimes we have lots of thoughts that go through our head and we don't necessarily mark those as ideas. Anything can be an idea. Keep a notebook with you, like, our first point of writing things down, and kind of document yourself and your own thought process. Sometimes you're actually coming up with more ideas than you'd like to give yourself credit. The more that you create, the more creative you'll become. What inspires you? Please elaborate, because every single one of us has an inspiration of some sort. Something that really digs down to our soul and makes us feel passionate. I love to hear that about other people, things that they're passionate about, things that they really love. So, by the way, in the comment section, throw some of that down there, because I'd love to see what inspires you, what motivates you, what gets you going. Because this can help us all generate ideas, which brings us to our next point. Survey the audience, survey your friends, survey your family, ask people, what they like, what they enjoy, what they don't, and take those things and wrap that into your own idea net, so that way, you can formulate greater ideas based upon other people's experience, your own experience, and your communication about those things. Sometimes the next greatest idea is literally, the words out of somebody else's mouth. Or it's the way that you feel about those words in somebody else's mouth. How about the news? Sometimes, current events, whether it be local news, national news, or whether it just be like news between friends. Sometimes this can help us spark great ideas. How do you feel about it? How does it make you feel? Do you have any solutions to the situation going on? These are great places to start when formulating ideas for your content. Read or watch other people's content. It can be a real eye-opener to see what people are capable of. And sometimes you get that feeling, you're like, I can do that. And it can open up a box inside of you about your own talents and your own abilities and things that you are capable of, and give you that little extra step in order to get along your own way, to get along with your ideas, to get along and making things better for yourself and pushing that art out. Your creativity is dependent upon your actions. You have to act on creativity. It can't just be buried inside. So bring that creativity out, my friend. What makes you feel less creative? What makes you feel uninspired? Sometimes being able to label that and write that down and have it to look on and remember can help us to avoid falling into that hole next time. It can actually, bring about a lot of awareness, on those things. That itself can bring a lot of, creativity into your idea bucket. Whatever makes you feel less creative can be an idea in and of itself. So just remember, think specifically that you can take, and then you can formulate that into something great. Research. Consider keywords. Consider current trends happening. You know, it doesn't take much time to go into Google or YouTube or even, you know, a keyword generator or anything like that, you know, to see what's going on, what people are asking. Maybe you have the answers to that. You know, maybe that can spark, you know, a flood of ideas that can really open up a new doorway for yourself in your mind. You know, there's a lot of things that we don't think about constantly, or, you know, that maybe we've never thought about that could actually be the key to your next big thing. Consider your niche. What are you good at? What do you love to do? You know, there's nothing too big or too small. There are beginners out there. There are advanced masters. So anything that you have to say about a topic, there's going to be somebody ready to receive it. It could be, you know, the very first steps you take doing something, you know, whether, you know, opening a box, all the way to mastering the craft. And there's a place for that. That can be a great place to start with ideas for your art or your content. Somewhere little or somewhere big. Sometimes the greatest things are the subtleties, the small stuff, and not so much the big picture. Even though the advanced stuff's great, the little stuff can be magical as well. Other people have the same questions as you. Other people want to feel and experience the same ways that you want to feel and experience. Don't be afraid to give your experience. Don't be afraid to give your advice, your viewpoint. Give your perspective. Your perspective is valuable, and it can provide a lot of comfort to people. It can provide inspiration. It can provide so many great things. Your perspective is important. People want to know what you think. People want to know how you feel. And you might not think that your life is exciting. You might not think that, you know, your art is, you know, over the top awesome, but to somebody, it is. And not everybody has to like what we do. Not everybody has to be on board with that. You know, the number one thing is you have to like what you do. So be passionate about those things that you want to achieve. Be passionate about your art. Ideas can come from your passion alone. There's nothing stopping you from being active in your passions. Just you. It's just you. Make that decision to follow your passion. Follow your passion. Be active in your passions and share them. There's nothing greater than seeing somebody on fire, you know, fully inspired by something, to really light someone else's fire and inspire them. I have been inspired by so many people who are passionate and who feel fire for what they're talking about. And I hope that I can do the same for you and for other people as well. Thank you for listening today. I hope these ideas on how to get ideas really resonated with you, and hopefully it helped you. And I hope that you dig deep in that well of inspiration that you have inside of you, and you create some wonderful art. I know you will. Thank you for watching. My name's Shane Everett Henry. Subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell so when my next video comes, it'll let you know. And leave your comments down below about what drives you, what gives you ideas. How do you come up with ideas? I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching. How does your idea machine thing work? How does your idea thing work?